Children, as I already told you earlier, that we have a single integrated judicial system in our country. But to understand this better, you need to know what is the appellate system to understand the integrated judicial system. So for that, we will take up a case study, and this case study is between State Delhi Administration versus Lakshman Kumar and others. It happened in 1985. Okay. The story goes like that, is that Lakshman Kumar married Sudha, and they lived in Delhi with his brother and mother. And but in 1980, Sudha died due to burns, and her family, Sudha's family, filed a case against Lakshman. And when the case was heard in the trial court, the neighbors were called as witnesses, and they said that yes, they heard Sudha screaming, and when they entered the flat, they saw her burning, and they tried to extinguish the fire by wrapping her with a blanket. And Sudha seems to have told her neighbors that her mother-in-law had poured kerosene on her and her husband had lit the fire. So while the proceedings were going on, the trial court now decided that the Lakshman Kumar was responsible for this. So all three, Lakshman Kumar, the mother and the brother, were sentenced to death. Okay. Whereas Lakshman Kumar kept arguing that it has happened accidentally while she was heating milk and her sari caught fire. But the case went against Lakshman Kumar and they were sentenced to death. So Lakshman Kumar was not happy with the verdict given by the trial court, so he appealed to the High Court. And when this case was heard in the High Court, when all the arguments were heard, then the court decided, came out with a verdict, yes, that the Sudha had died due to accident caused by the kerosene stove, and Lakshman, his mother and brother Subhash were acquitted. That means they were not found guilty. The High Court passed this judgment. But now the Sudha's family was not happy with this kind of decision. So what happened? Then they protested against this, and they appealed to the women group of the country for this, and they said it is a dowry death. So this case was taken up by the Supreme Court, and after the Supreme Court heard this, they decided, and they found, with all the arguments given there, and after the hearing, they found Lakshman and his mother guilty, and they were sentenced to life imprisonment, whereas the brother-in-law was not found guilty, so he was let free, but Lakshman and his mother were sentenced to life imprisonment. So you can see this is called as appellate. We can appeal to another court if we don't agree with the decisions given by the lower courts. But once the Supreme Court gives a decision, it is final and it is binding on all. Children, now let us look at the next topic of this chapter. What are the different branches of the legal system? Now, as you know, our judiciary deals with two important cases, that is criminal case and civil case. Accordingly, laws have been formed for criminal and civil cases. Now, which kind of punishment, what kind of cases are studied in the criminal law? You can see it is either assault, dowry, theft, murder, harassment, and for criminal it is land dispute, divorce, property deals, rent agreement. Now let us see what kind of punishment will be given to these people, okay, under criminal and civil. Now, as I've already told you, criminal deals with the acts that defines it as offense. As I told you, harassing a woman, dowry, murder, theft comes under criminal law. Under civil law, as I told you, disputes related to sale of land, purchase, good, rent matters, divorce cases, all that. Now, if it is a criminal case, then first an FIR is lodged with the police at the nearest police station, and then after the case then it is filed in the court, and if the accused is found guilty, he is sent to jail and is also fined. and these cases normally lead to violences. These are cases which can have cases of violence. Now let us see for the civil cases what kind of punishment is given. First, a petition has to be filed in the court by the affected family. Whoever has been affected must file a petition in the court. Then the court will go through this, and he may give relief. Court may give relief, or may grant some kind of a fine to this. So suppose it's a rent case, so either the tenant may get relief or the landlord may get relief, depending on what the problem is. Okay, and this is not an act of violence, so it is not a very serious case. So maximum punishment, that is that he has to either if the tenant is there, he has to vacate it and pay the pending rent or whatever. So this is not like you will be jailed for civil cases. So basically we have two types of cases in our country under which laws are made, as I told you, criminal and civil laws. Okay. Children, now we go ahead to the next topic of the chapter. Does everyone have access to the court? Well, the Constitution of India provides equality before the law, which means that all citizens can approach the court for justice if their fundamental rights have been violated. Any citizen who is involved in a dispute or has been a victim of an atrocity like murder or violence, he can move to the court for justice. So while the courts are available and open to all, but in reality, approaching the courts is difficult for a vast majority of poor people in our country. Why is this so? Because it involves a lot of legal procedures. You have to hire a lawyer, a lot of money, paperwork, as well as a lot of time is involved. And for the poor people who cannot read and write and whose family is dependent on daily wages, the idea of going to the court for justice is remote. Now, so to simplify this process, in 1980, the Supreme Court devised a new mechanism called public interest litigation, or PIL. Now this was done to give speedy justice and free of cost justice. At a very low cost, justice is given to all. Now this PIL allowed any individual or organization to file a PIL in the High Court or Supreme Court on behalf of those whose rights have been violated. And this legal process was further simplified and said that even a letter or a telegram or an email addressed to the Supreme Court or High Court would be treated as PIL. Okay, and we have seen many cases solved through PIL. Like for example, one of them was rescuing bonded laborers from inhuman work conditions, and also securing release of the prisoners in Bihar who have been kept in jail even after their punishment term was complete. Okay, and recently you have learned in the previous chapter about the midday meal. Okay, this was also granted to all the states. Providing midday meal to all the children in the school was through a PIL. So midday meal now that the now receive in the government and government aided school, it is because of the public interest litigation that was filed in the Supreme Court.